Hello, Virgo Sun, Cancer rising. It is time for your year ahead reading, but let's start off with a little bit of astrology first. With a Cancer rising, you may be known as the mother of the group or the nurturer of the group, the one who's always looking after everybody's needs, making sure everybody's feeling okay, with particular emphasis on the emotions. You may also be known for your intuition, and people may come to you asking for advice when it comes to their breakups or the emotional situations, those highly charged ones. And you can provide great advice. You also can also be very protective if these are people that are close to you. So you may have a little bit of a mama bear type reputation or protector reputation when things are going wrong or bad for somebody else that you're close to. And with a Cancer rising, that means your sun is most likely in the third house, which is the house of communication. So the Virgo sun in the third house. This means that you may have, when you're communicating, so your sense, because it's your sun, it's your sense of self identity or how you put value or where you place emphasis on your value, I guess you could say. This is all about communication. So you may get into the details or you prefer to have a very detailed, very thorough communication. So when you're doing a paper, you're going to be one of those that has all of the citations done. You're going to have it in exactly the right format as needed for the situation. You're going to pay attention to all the little details. You're going to reread it 5, 6, 7 times and make grammatical adjustments if needed. You're going to get into the weeds on it, but it's going to be written very, very well. It is going to be very thorough. It is going to be backed up by facts. And it's going to be very impressive, especially if this has to do with school projects. When you put that kind of effort into it, there is even recognition around how well you write and how technical your writing can be. Perhaps that's even an area that you're interested in is technical writing. I could also say this is also true when you're verbally communicating with someone. You want to know all of the details. You need to thoroughly understand what is going on. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're missing something. If somebody can't answer a question directly, you're going to feel like there's something's off. There's some undercurrents there that are not being shared with you, and that could bother you. Now, it's it's going to be both a strength because that house is ruled by Mercury and you are ruled by Mercury. But at the same time, it can be a little bit of a crutch or an area of contention for you because you are such a perfectionist in the communication, which I would see is not a bad thing, but I'm also a Virgo rising, so I would thoroughly understand that. All right, let's get into your cards. I'm going to lay out 12 cards, one for each month, and I'm just going to label them 1 through 12. You can choose your birthday as your starting time, so that could be the end of August, beginning of September, whichever works or feels right for you, or you could just choose September 1st forward or August 1st forward, whichever, again, whatever feels right for you. So let's get into the cards. Also pull a card from the bottom of the deck for some extra information or a theme. So that is month 1, month 2, and month 3. I laid those out so nicely. And then, all right, month 4, month 5, month 6, month 7, 8, 9, month 10, 11, and 12. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of coins. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to look at the overall spread and see if there's anything that comes through for that, and then we'll get into the cards. Okay, so the primary feel I'm getting from this is that this is going to be a year where there's probably going to be a lot of focus on work-life balance or something to do with home and work because you have a lot of coins in here, which are the same as pentacles. And the card on the back of the deck is the 8 of coins. So maybe you're taking on more responsibility at work and possibly working more hours. You need to set up some boundaries or some expectations between work and family, or have some sort of agreement so that you're not doing so much work that you are neglecting family, or you're not doing so little work, or not being so distracted with home life that you can't do the work. Okay, let's get into the individual cards. Starting with a card from the back of the deck, which is the Eight of Coins. Now, this is a card indicating mastery, receiving recognition for your skill, for your knowledge, for what it is you do. You may become known as the expert in a certain area. This could indicate a promotion, it could indicate a raise, or at a minimum, some sort of recognition for what it is that you do. So this may be that promotion or something that's going to require some changing responsibilities at home or work for you. So if it has to do with home, maybe you purchased a house that has a yard, which is going to require more time and more upkeep. So now you got to figure that out. When are you going to work that into things while still having time to play and dedicating yourself fully to your work when you need to dedicate your time to that? Or maybe this is a year where you have a child or something changes in home that could impact work. Okay, let's get into each month. Now we're starting off, these first 2 months here have major arcana cards. So that could indicate some major changes here in these first couple of months, or something significant happening right here at the front. We're starting off with the Magus, or the Magician. This is the first card in the major arcana. This is the first person that the Fool meets on their journey. So this is kind of the first steps, the start of something new for you, something you have been working toward or wanting to attain. This is also a card of manifestation. The Magician has everything they need in order to create the life they want, or to create whatever it is they desire. They have the connections, they have the tools, they have the knowledge. Now all that's left is for them to put it together and get it done. So if there's something maybe you've been putting off that you've been wanting to do, but have been dragging your feet on it, you have everything, just do it. It's something you want. I don't know if there's there's some self-doubt in there, but you can do this. You got this. Go for it. Give it a try. If you fail, you know what? Try again, or reshuffle things and try again. Or maybe you just need to shift it and do it in smaller steps or smaller pieces, but go for it. Go for it. You just might succeed. And then in month 2, we have the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is like the father of the tarot deck. This is the 4th card in the major arcana. This is I already said that, the father figure, the protector. He wants you to succeed. This is a very encouraging card, but he knows in order for you to succeed, you need to have some guidelines or some boundaries or some rules in place for you to work from, to use as your base, to keep you on track. So this is the month where you may be coming up with a game plan. You're like, okay, let's give it a try. This is what I want to do. How can I go about doing that? Let me find, who can I contact? What is it that I need? And how can I get it done? So you're figuring all that out here for the goal you have in month 1. In month 2, you're like, okay, what's the game plan? What rules? What's the timeline? What is my desired timeline? What is the point where I say, no, this is not working, let's try something else? Or what is the point that says, this is going good, let's go full steam ahead now? You may also this may also be where you're setting up those boundaries for how much time you're going to spend on this versus home or work. I mean, this could be a hobby, it could be work, or it could be a home project. But how much time are you going to spend on that versus the other things in your life that require time too? What are your commitments? So this is where you kind of put the plan in place, the boundaries, setting up what it is you can commit to here in month 2. Okay, and then in month 3, we have the 7 of Coins, which is about reevaluating things. So maybe this is going to be where every month you do a little self-evaluation to check to track your progress. And that's what came out of this here. But this does again, and it's in the coin. So we're back into home or work or finances. Those are the three areas that this could be. And you're just like, okay, this is like a progress report. What's working and what isn't? If something's not working, can we change something about it? Can we make a small adjustment to it? Or should we stop doing that and try something else? And then keep working on the things that are working, or keep things steady or as they are on the things that are working out. So this is now you're doing a fresh, maybe this is after you start kicking this off and now you have your rules in place and now you're kind of looking at the big picture and saying, okay, I've had what, a week in on all three of these. Am I sticking to my plan? Am I sticking to my boundaries? Am I sticking to my schedule? If I'm not, what do I need to change? What do I need to shift? What do I need to do I need to give something else up so that I can turn more focus on this, but not sacrifice these other areas? So this is a month where, again, you're going to be going probably internally a lot and kind of shifting some things if needed. And then in month 4, we have the Two of Cups. Now, cups are about our emotions, and twos can be about individuals coming together. It can be about commitment. The Two of Cups, this could be you meet a new romantic partner, or maybe you do something new in your existing relationship, or refresh it, or recommit to your partner. This could also have to do with business. So if this new passion project you have is about starting a side business, perhaps this is somebody you meet, or maybe you've determined after your evaluation in month 3 that you need a partner or somebody else to help with this. So it frees you up so that you're not neglecting any of your other commitments. Whatever this is you're committing to somebody to take things to the next level, to start something new, to invest your time with them. This is going to be somebody that you just click with there. It just feels right. You guys are on the same page and same level emotionally and intellectually, it feels like. And you just instantly understand what the other person needs or wants. And you're not afraid to speak up and talk about what it is that you want. You feel very free in expressing yourself in this connection, in this relationship. So month 4 is going to be all about exploring that, exploring in a relationship, or committing on some level to someone else. And then in month 5, we have the 6 of coins, back into those coins again. This is a card of sharing memories of the past, the good times, the things that you love from the past that drive what you do today, that are something that you want to repeat or make a tradition in your life now. Maybe it's something that your parents didn't do. Maybe it's something you remember your grandparents doing, or somebody else, an aunt, an uncle, whatever, somebody else that you knew as a child or as a young person, and you really admired that relationship, or how they worked, or how they did their business, how they kept their home or their yard. But there's something that you remember with fond memories from the past, and you want to bring that into your life. So one of the things I remember from my grandmother's home when we were younger is she always had this lilac bush outside. And I'd always loved going up and smelling those flowers. So when I have a yard, and yes, at some point I will, I would probably like to plant a lilac bush or have lilacs represented in some way around my home, because that's one of the pieces that helps make it feel like home to me. It's going to be that type of thing. And maybe this is just you reminiscing yourself about something you want to add on to your life. Or again, set up as a tradition, maybe for holidays or something like that, that used to be done when you were younger. So it's something you personally will incorporate or that you want to share with friends or family. You want to bring those memories forward. You want to share them so that they can continue to be passed along the family or amongst your friend groups. Worthy memories. And then in month 6, we have the Justice card. This is another major arcana card, and this is indicating there's something that you need to do, something that you need to take responsibility for so that there can be closure on it. So I don't know if there's something hanging over from the past or maybe some legal document that you've been holding on to, but you have not signed it. It's time to sign it. Or maybe you need to have some legal papers drawn up. There's something you have to take steps to do in order to get closure on something so that you can move on, so that everybody can move forward. So things can be balanced out again and people can reclaim their lives, if that makes sense. But there's a piece here that you have to do. You have to sign on the dotted line. So I don't know if this is a contract, maybe with this person here, or if it's some other legal papers incorporating a business, signing a marriage certificate, signing divorce papers, signing a contract with a company, signing off on your house papers, whatever it is, it's a legally binding thing that ends one way of life or something gets closure on something so that people can move forward, so things can be completed and turned over for the future. That's what I'm getting from month 6 for you. And then down here, sorry, in month 7, we have the 10 of Swords. So this is a month, well, it kind of works with this month 6 though, because this is indicating once you sign on the dotted line, whatever this is, that gets things to move on. And this tens are definitely closure or completion, the end of a cycle. And these swords, this is the ending of a connection. This could be communication, the ending of a certain line of communication or a certain line of thought. But it comes in a kind of quickly. So it quickly follows this event here where now you're done. You're done. You're over it. There's no talk about it anymore. There's no going back anymore. You're forced to now just focus on the future. Go forward and let all this go. You don't have a choice. It's ended. It's over. Kaput. So there's the processing of that here in month 7. Going through the emotions, going through and because this is swords and that's all about communication, it can be about ideas and beliefs. There's something you're letting go, something you're releasing here, processing so that you can release it, so you can disconnect yourself from that past. It's going to be all about that this month, and it's going to be a process. But this is where the height or the bulk of it is happening here in month 7. And this has to happen so that you can feel free to move forward now into the future, to start something new, to move on and not worry about any of that stuff from the past. Because that is no longer your responsibility. So now you can focus on the things that are good for you, that do work for you, on the things that you believe in. You're no longer obligated to do things somebody else's way. Now you can focus on what's right for you. But you still have to deal with the ending and the emotions and the thoughts that kind of go through your head here. Just know that this is for your best and highest good. And let go of it, release it. Because it doesn't serve you to keep hanging on to it. Why would you want to keep hanging on to that kind of energy? It doesn't help you at all. So get up, shake it off, and you can't do that. And start marching forward. You got new things to focus on. And then in month 8, we have the 4 of coins. So this is going to be where you're feeling a little bit protective of your energy, of your resources. You're kind of holding back. You don't really want to share. Maybe you're just more reserved this month than normal. That can be a very natural follow up of this 10 of Swords card here, too. Or you're just kind of taking time off or taking a little, it's not really a break. You're just lower energy. You're non committal. You're not, you just kind of want to stay home a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's all about spending money here. It doesn't have to do with that. This is more energetic, just like a little bit of self-preservation. You're not ready to go out there and talk to everybody about what happened. You want to kind of stay home, stay in your safe space, stay in a place where you feel comforted. And you don't want to expend a lot of resources this month. So you're going to hang out in your space, in your garden, in your yard, or it does feel like you're going to be outside in nature in some way, but maybe alone, just enjoying, just listening to the sounds of the birds, just really grounding yourself and feeling connected to the earth and feeling at peace with your life. That's what I'm getting for you out of month 8 with this card. It could be, too, for some of you, this could be about saving money. So putting money aside for something, which means you're turning down invitations, things where you would be going out and spending money. You've decided to hold that back for something else. So conserving your resources one way or the other here. And then in month 9, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, this is a month where you may be going out. You may be saying, yep, let's get out there on the town. Cups are about our emotions. The Knight energy is like somebody who it's all about gaining experience. They have the theoretical knowledge, they have the certifications, whatever. They proved on paper that they know what they're talking about, but they don't have any experience yet. So the Knight is out there gaining experience, learning as they go, figuring out what really does work and what doesn't, figuring out what their boundaries are, what they like and don't like. It's a month of exploration. And you may meet somebody when you're out and about exploring and just having fun, setting yourself free, allowing yourself to have fun here this month. But know that it's not any long-term commitment. This is just all about fun and being present in the moment. Don't have any expectations here. Just enjoy yourself. It's all about having fun. Maybe being flirty, but definitely getting out and exploring more about what it is that you like about people or different things, how you feel about things. Maybe one friend is always talking about this place that they love to go to. You're like, okay, well, let's go. I'm willing. Let's go. Let's check it out this month. And you get there and that's not your scene, but you're giving it a shot. So you try that one. And this other friend's, oh, you don't like that. Well, you would love this then. And you go there and you're like, no, that's not my scene either. And they're like, I've always been curious about this place over here. You guys come with me now and let's go check this play out. And that is your scene. But you tried all of them and you've narrowed it down and now you know what you like. You know what your scene is. So explore, be free, have fun, and enjoy yourself here in month 9. In month 10, we have the Hermit. Now we're going back in. This is another major arcana card. Now we're getting introspective. Now that you're learning more about what you like, and maybe you're going now inside and internal and introspective in order to understand why. Why are you so different? But are you really so different on the other hand? Because Those two friends, let's keep using this example. Those two friends had very different tastes, different ideas of what a great place to go is than what you have. So are you really any different? Or are you just each unique in your own way? This is also about other things that you learn as you're out and about. Now, this is, you're going in and you're like, well, what is it that I'd really want going forward? Where do I want to put my effort? Where do I want to shine my light? Where do I want to put my focus? You're really contemplative this month and thinking about what it is you want from your future, what it is you want to get out of maybe a particular situation. But you really need to understand that, and you need to take the time to go within and feel into it. Where are you being drawn to? Where's your intuition leading you? Tap into that too, because that can really help you here. Okay, that was month 10. In month 11, we have the Two of Coins. This is back into that kind of overall theme that I think we had at the beginning, which is all about balance. Balance between the things that you love and the things that you have to do to make things work. Responsibilities. Between fun and responsibilities. Sometimes responsibilities can be fun. Sometimes fun can, okay, yeah, we get it. The balance. Work-life balance, whatever that is for you. This is a month where there's going to be a strong focus on it. Maybe you're being called out on something here in month 11. Sorry, this is month 11. Where you're not, where you are, maybe you're overworking a lot here in month 11 and somebody's calling you out on it. You need to find a way for your own energetic balance to remember what your guidelines and boundaries were back here for what you were committing to for this year. Go back to all this. I'm sure you wrote it down or documented it somehow. Go back and revisit your notes here and see where you got off track if you have not been referring to these throughout the year. You need to make sure that you're refocused on that balance because you need that for your own. Again, I've said it already once. You need this. Let's just put it that way. You need to have that balance so that you can do your best in whatever area you're focused on in the present moment. If you get so focused in one area, you're going to be feeling drained and unable to commit to anything else. And then you're really not going to be liking what it is that you're so focused on that it's sucking up all your energy. Get yourself balanced. Refocus on that. Dedicate yourself to yourself, your whole self, here in month 11. And then in month 12, we have the Five of Cups. Something from the past, some memory is going to pop up from the past. Something that maybe it comes up every time this year or every once in a while. It just keeps coming back up and you keep focusing on it and there's regret there. And maybe there's some anger there. This is something you're going to have to repeat over and over. So if this is something that came up last year and you did work on it last year, it should be easier this year. But you need to go back into that and do some work to try and release that energy. Bring that energy forward into the present. You don't want to leave your energy stuck back in the past. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't help you feel balanced in the present. You're so focused on whatever was lost there or whatever happened in the past that you're losing sight of what you need to focus on here and now and in the present. So this is a month where maybe you're recognizing that again and you're focusing again on doing whatever you need to cope with that, to process it, to let it go so that you can feel some closure there. So that now you can focus back on the present and on yourself, your whole self in the here and now. All right. That is what I have for you, Virgo Sun, Cancer rising for the year ahead. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.